Let's go, man. So LL Cool J this week, man. LL Cool J this week said he is the MC of this week's The Wealth Track. He said something like this, and this was real cool. He said, own the Dow Jones and stack the NASDAQ. Conference calls with the broker. What's the yield on that? And that's it. He gave us 2 bars. Boom, boom. Got us up out of there. But I love it. Here's why. LL say, I own the Dow Jones and stack the NASDAQ. So for me, that means this. I own something in the Dow, and then I double down on what I own in the NASDAQ. I ain't really understanding like talking about it. I need to know what my return was, so I got on the phone with the broker. I say, yo, what's the yield on that? Now, the dope part about that is the yield means what's the return on that? What's the yield on it? Shout out to LL for giving us that, man. And what I want us to understand is, man, when we listen to this music, and this is what I mean by, this is what I truly mean about, man, you don't got to give us murder music. Let me roll into my next segment, which is Wise Word from the OG. I'm going to double back down on this, y'all. We understand more than murder and kill. It's kind of like the slave master saying the only thing you understand is a whooping or a lashing. There's more to us than that, y'all. But we got to demand that. We got to demand it from everybody who say they represent the culture. And if we don't, we cannot expect change. I come to you today and say that I 100% will be the change that I am talking about, I want to see. I come to you today saying that Wallstreet Trapper, every day I am working on not only just being a better man, not only just being a better father, not only being a better son, not only being a better friend, not only being a better cousin, but man, being a better leader. How do you become a better mother? How do you become a better father? A lot of times, for instance, my daughter didn't have school today. But guess what I did today? I said, you know what? I got up. I fixed her breakfast. I got my hair cut. I watched CNBC. But while I watched CNBC, I didn't just give her an iPad. I laid out 3 books. I said, let's start with this book. We're going to work in that. Let's start with this book. We're going to work in that. Let's start with this book. And as she worked, I watched CNBC. As she worked, I watched CNBC. I was right there with her every step of the way. And I said, listen, Stank, let's eat lunch, then let's go to the park. While we was in the park, I was talking to her. You beautiful. You know I love you. I want you to know you're free to talk to me about your emotions. I want you to know you're free to express yourself to me. I didn't let YouTube teach my daughter today. I didn't let YouTube entertain my daughter while I get prepared for Trapping Tuesday. What I did was I watched CNBC while I taught my child. If we let the electronics raise our children, we don't know what they're going to have exposure to seeing. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I know it ain't easy. I'm learning every day that parenting is not easy. I'm learning every day that being a father is not easy. I'm learning every day that running a business where I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other men who I'm working with is not easy. I got to balance emotions. I got to balance expectations. I got to deal with problems that everybody having in my crew. I got to deal with that. Why? Because they look to me for leadership. I ask them to play their role and to play their role well, but I got to lead. I can't expect them to give me what I'm not willing to give them. It's reciprocal. So what I'm asking you is to demand something different from the people, but you also be what you demanding. If we tired of seeing black men get killed, let's stop accepting black men culture that represents and say it's cool to kill black men. If we want black women to be respected more, let's stop accepting the culture that doesn't respect black women. Let's stop expecting or respecting the women who disrespect the women inside of the music. Let's start being the change for what we expect, y'all. Let's stop making it be okay to settle. I come to you today because I'm tired, y'all. And I know damn well y'all tired too. When I saw Offset pass away, I was like, damn, bro. Immediately I thought in my mind, damn, bro, them brothers was at odds. And it probably ain't nothing too serious, but we'll never see the Migos again. Them dudes will never get to make that up again. We think about the brother P&B Rock passed away. Everybody was quick to say his girlfriend this, his girlfriend that. Bro, that wasn't even the case, but nobody ain't never tell her they sorry like they was banded, like they was on her. I didn't see all the backlash from all of the major artists, Nicki Minaj, everybody. Why they wasn't publicly saying, I apologize to you, queen. Takeoff, I'm sorry, Takeoff. Right, why nobody ain't say, I apologize, queen? Why no, when P&B Rock, like why nobody ain't go and tell that lady, I apologize, because they dragged her through the mud. They dragged her. We had no sympathy for what she was going through. And even if she did do it, she didn't do it to get the man killed. She did it because she was enjoying some time with her people. We don't have no sympathy for each other. We don't have no sympathy. We don't have no grace for each other. We don't have no compassion for each other. We don't have no empathy for each other. But what pisses me off is we don't have that same energy to our oppressor. We forgive them time and time again. Your boss can tell you some bullshit all day. All you're going to do is mumble under your breath. You're going to text somebody in a group chat and tell them how much you hate the job and how much you want to walk away. Police brutality is wrong, but yet and still, we gonna pull our phones out. We don't have no compassion. Man get killed in cold blood. We don't got no respect. We pull out the phones and record the man getting killed and put it all over the internet for everybody to see. At what point do we respect our life? We don't have no respect for each other. And if we don't have it for each other right now, how can I tell my daughter to have it? How can I tell my daughter to not let a man mistreat her if all she see me do is talk bad about women? I can't do that. So I gotta empower her. How can I tell her not to let a man mistreat her if I don't show her how a man's supposed to treat her? If I don't tell her I love her 10, 15 times a day, if I don't hug her 10, 15 times a day, I'm like, yo, baby, let's get your passport so we can start traveling together. If I don't take her off on picnics, if I make her think it's cool for me to put work before her, then she gonna grow up saying it's okay for the man to put work before me. I'm just talking about respecting ourselves more. Yes, we want to chase the bag. Yes, we want to get the money, but are we operating with integrity? Is the money more important than everything else we're doing in life? Is the money more important than the friendship? Is the money more important than the brotherhood, than the sisterhood? Is the money more important than that? One of the things I do, man, every time I see a black man, I greet him with, what's good, King? Because immediately I want to disengage the hate. What's good, King? How you feeling? What's good, Queen? How you feeling? And a lot of times, you know what they do? They be shocked. They be like, what's good, yo? And it's cool. But what happens is I'm leading with respect. I'm dissing because I know how hard it is for another black man to see another black man and look him in the eyes for 2 seconds. And the minute they're going to come out the one eye out is, what's good, fam? You good? You good? If I look at you for too long in your eyes, you good? It shouldn't be that way, y'all. There's a lot of money being made off us killing ourselves. There's a lot of money being made from us being incarcerated. There's a lot of money being made from the imagery that portrays us in a certain way on TV. It's the reason why you can see more negative images of black men on TV than you'll see in anything else. What happened to shows like Living Single? What happened to shows like A Different World? I know we mad at him, but what happened to what Bill Cosby and the Cosby Show represented? What happened to Family Matters? What happened to the Jeffersons? What happened to those type of shows? They did so much amazing for us as far as representation. We might don't make a lot of it, and we might don't think it, but representation is so key for us. Whether you like it or not, seeing Barack Obama as the president, whether you like it or not, no matter what's the other stuff behind it, seeing a black man, no matter if you're saying he was mixed or whatever, seeing somebody that looked similar to you made you say something real cool to your kids when they said they want to be president one day. Now, there go an image of me, I can believe it. It's not impossible. It may be slim to none, but it ain't impossible. Imagery is so important. Representation matters. If all we see is gangsters, if all we see is bad bees, if all we see, then that's all we gonna aim to be. And I'm gonna tell you something. After you reach about 35, they don't care about programming you no more because they always gonna go after the young ones. It's always easier to impress the younger ones because if I can program you for 10 to 12 years, I got you in it. You gotta think about that, y'all. If I can program you for 10 to 12 years consistently, if I can make you listen to the same rap music, yo, I don't want listen, I ride in my car now. When I got my daughter, we listening to 70s music. She asked me, Daddy, can we play, what's the song you want to hear? Who? Mr. Big Stuff. Mr. Big Stuff, tell me, who do you think you are? Cool song. Cool song. Changing the music we listen to. We in a car, we listening to T.D. Jakes in the car. I don't want to listen to murder music or BB music in a car. I want my energy to be happy, yo. Life is good. We in an amazing time. We building wealth. We changing the dynamics of our family. We got to be that. And I want you to be real with yourself when you say, you tired of seeing black men get killed? You tired of seeing black women go through what they're going through? when you say you tired of that, I want you to ask yourself this question. Do you still support it after you say you tired? I will come to you and say, there was a time in my life where I was a product of that. There was a time in my life where I heavily supported that. It's because I was still programmed. I had to unplug myself from the matrix, and I will never go back. I will not support it. And I'm just one person. But until all of us not support it, until murder music drop and they get 1,000 sales, that's it. Until we stop showing up for it, until we stop the artists from giving it to us, until we stop the people who own the record companies from producing it for us, till when they start seeing they can't make no money off of it, that's when we change the game, y'all. You can't go get my young king out the hood, give him $1 million check, and make him talk about killing somebody. If you're gonna get him out the hood, go get him out the hood, give him $1 million check, and let him change his vocabulary. Let him change the dynamic. Let him change the lyrics that he's teaching me. And to the OGs that's in the game, man, you should be telling the young kings how they messing up on their contracts, what they doing wrong. We gotta unanchor ourselves from that BS, man. And so, I'm gonna ask you again. When you tell yourself you tired of seeing black men get killed, when you tell yourself, I'm tired of seeing black women represented in a certain way, when you tell yourself you tired of it, I want you to ask yourself, do you still support it after you say you tired? Because if you do, you're not really tired. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, man. Welcome to another amazing episode of Trapping Tuesdays. Every Thursday at 5 o'clock, man. Go stream the live episodes Thursday at 5 o'clock on all platforms, Apple, Spotify, Google Play. Do me a favor right now, y'all, when y'all get off this, tell somebody how dope this episode was, but go right now to Apple, Google, Spotify, download one of the episodes right now, play it, do it in the morning because we break those things down. Definitely follow me on Instagram, Wall Street Trap, and go follow the Wall Street Looks Like Us Now Network on Instagram. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see y'all next week. I'm out.